There we go. Can you hear me? There we go. Yes, I am up early. Should turn my light on. Hold on. Special occasion. Oh, I switched off the. Hold on. Alright. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Destiny. Yes, we are going to be watching. Get all set up. Hey, Phoenix. Good to see you. Good to see some people here. I thought I was going to be watching this alone. Well, we've still got half an hour. But you are right, Teresa. I should get my coffee. First, I need to switch over to my portable before I do that. Now, to prove how excited I am, it is 5:27 a.m. in the morning on a Wednesday. So I got up early. Joys of time differences is that I don't really get to watch this stuff at a reasonable hour. Beeps, I'm sorry. Ooh, what was that? Thank you, Queen. I didn't see that. Ever. Hello. Those are concentrating on life-saving batteries. I'm going to turn the kettle on. And yeah, we'll get ready. It's boiling now. Yeah, coffee, we're good to go. So we've got Destiny, Threeza, and Phoenix. So you're all here to watch it. About like 5 minutes to go, we'll switch back. We'll switch the view over. Scroogies. I'm interested in like what they're gonna do in terms of expanding the original Dreamlight Valley, because they're hinting at we'll be able to do that based off the screenshots. So I'll be interested to see how they're gonna do that. So it doesn't look like conventional, just make it bigger. Because I mean, you could see something on like Scar's house on an island and stuff. So be interesting. Get out of here. Get out of here. Because I mean, when they originally talked about Dreamlight Valley, they said we could move like lakes, or like the ponds and lakes and stuff. So that was always something that they had said from the outset, but eventually I think everyone just accepted it was never going to happen. So it's interesting to see them going back and suggesting, or not suggesting, or probably offering she said, what am I on about, Dave? It's interesting to see them going back and actually delivering on that. If that isn't indeed what's happening. But it's still early, my brain words not computing right. I'm gonna set up my view. God, there's so many streamers doing a live reaction to that. But they've done the classic like thumbnails of like. Yeah, it's the point. They've got the pointing. Like a lot of the thumbnails, like they come up with something more original. this is what it will look like. There we go. In the corner. Notice the tool. Like this is their thumbnail that they're using for it. Notice the tool. It's some kind of like bug catcher. So I think that's the new royal tool we'll get. A bug catcher. Catching some kind of flying paper thing. Head. So that's rather interesting. Head. There's no timer though of when it starts. That's scheduled. Oh, we know when it starts. That's cool. I'm working, so I may have late reactions. That's alright. I mean, the thing is, I was gonna watch this anyway. Just the fact that there's people here with me as well. That makes sense. I'm just setting up everything in the background. All right. Hopefully you can hear me all right. We have to make sure we get the codes because I know they're gonna give codes for the showcase. I wonder how many people are watching it on Twitch right now. Let's see it. You see the totals. And you have to go in browse, don't you? Well, there's no easy way of seeing it, is it? Oh, 3,000, 3,800 viewers. Probably just watching solely because of the showcase. There's so many people that normally stream on right now. Just shows you how many people still enjoy the game. I like our little corner of the universe there. We might as well do some mining grinding. I'm gonna post something on the Discord. I never post anything on the Discord. Oh, the timer's on now. Look, the timer. Ooh. See it sound? Kind of. Stardust Port. Interesting. Stardust Port. We're in Journey. Oh, so they're just doing questions on the game. You could do that. There you go. Besides Goofy, which other villages run stands we can purchase items? Rostov. And Mulan. Mulan. Oh, Tina's. Oh, I forgot the Tina. No one ever uses Tina's. Tina's one was a bit pointless, really. It was a good addition. It would be cool if, like, NPCs were actually using it, though. I don't know if we'll watch the time of that whole way. How about we switch back when it's closer? How about I'll see if I can do this. I mean, and by the time I add this, it'll probably be too late. But oh well. Where's the browser? There we go. How about that? We have the little timer down there. Damn it. I minimized it. Go like that. There's a better way of doing that, but screw it. Oh no, I have to. God damn it, I can't have it on the screen at the same time. Actually, no, I could. Hold on. Do this. And make that. There we go. There you go. That should work. There we go. We've got the timer there. Wait. Almost done. There you go. Make sure we get the timer up. Yeah, no way.
Exactly what I've got to do.
Alright. So, no, wait. So I need 120 Bumblestone.
Never forget,
It's gonna be a while.
kindness can defeat
But the spawn rate is pretty good. So. This is why I need like a Steam Deck so I can switch back and forth between like the views so I can go whip, whip, whip. It's a very generic kind of like overlay they've got right at the moment. Nothing's particular. Very basic. Though it looks very clean. Somehow they've been prevented the respawns. Probably did. Oh, 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. Who can be found guarding the Royal Hourglass on Eternity Isle? Who was guarding it? Wally? Oh, not Wally. Eve? Was it Eve? Yeah, it was Eve. It was a while ago. I don't remember a lot. Because when you like blaze through that content, you don't really remember it. Ah. Hold on. Turn it here. And I'm gonna try and stay quiet throughout the showcase, and then we'll go back and like talk about it. So, hopefully you won't hear me talk about it too much. I'll have live reactions like, oh, Oh my god, did I? No. We're not finished it yet. It's timing down. If you see it, clock's ticking down. We've got 9 minutes to go. Yeah, I'm early because the showcase. I wanted to be here for the showcase. Considering the year I've had, the year's been really shitty. This is weirdly, I'm excited for it. I really enjoy it. Considering that over the next year, because of after the transplant, I'm kind of going to be stuck inside. Stuff like this is going to be the only thing keeping me going, so I'm okay with that. Just like Dreamlight Light is used to unlock biomes in the valley, what do you spend to unlock biomes in 2.9? They're very light questions, aren't they? Alright, we're going to do one more mining run, and then we'll switch over permanently. I don't think there's any down here. There's an unban request from Inaholly, and it says I'm a bot. Okay, yeah, just unban them. Can't see them being bit, but if they're really not a bot and they come back, it's fine. If they've put the effort into one say they're not a bot, then they're asked to be unbanned, yeah. Do it. What? There you go. Oh, okay, sweet. Now, they probably won't even come back. Like, we'll see. I wonder why we thought they were the bot. I never ban them. And I don't really ban a lot of people. I try not to ban anyone, really. I did. Ah. Maybe, I'm not sure. How long ago, though? Does it say? Maybe I was just in a bad mood. Alright, we've got 5 minutes to go, so we'll switch this over. There we go. Just testing the sound. There we go. 12 days ago. Ah. Ah, just unban them. They're fine. They'll probably won't even come back. Alright, we're ready. 5 minutes to go. All settle in. I feel like taking my medication early. Oh, my. How many raspberry bushes can be found in the valley? I think 6. 6? Yeah, also. So. You know what? 5 minutes is a long time. So I might just see if it respawns in time, do another mining run. But if not, we'll just stare at this. Oh. Alright, Destiny, you ready? Breeze, I know you're working, you're not gonna be ready, but Yasmin, you ready? And I would say Phoenix, but I don't think Phoenix is here anymore. "14 dining places in Tina's place." That's them future-proofing it. I'm gonna go outside real quick. Be right back. She's probably going for a smoker. Alright, she's going for a smoker. I remember those days when I was young and had a cigarette outside just for the hell of it. Good times. Good times when I was young and dumb. Alright, we've got 3 minutes. We're gonna try and do mining run before. We're not gonna miss anything, but we'll go real quick. I've got the timer on my other screen, so it's fine. We've got 2 minutes. Come on. Bit. It's the ADHD in me that I can't be patient sitting and waiting for something I want. I have to do something. Hey, Roma. Hi, Dave. Hi. Yeah, I figured it was you, Ramona. Alright. Well, all the gang's all here to watch it. We've got 90 seconds to go. So let's switch back. Let's turn off music. Turn on this music. Ooh. There we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. Turn it down a little bit. There you go. There you go. Trying to get the bouncing around. I'm not used to doing it this way. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. 50 seconds. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. 30 seconds. Alright. If you're away from the computer, you got 20 seconds to go. Here we go. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. There's Hades. Oh, mushrooms. Dragons! Oh, that is a cool critter. Oh, immediately I'm happy. I want the dragon.
Hey Valley Villagers, welcome to the Disney Dreamlight Valley 2024 Showcase stream.
How cringy
I'm
is it
Rachel,
gonna be?
And I'm Ryan.
and we're both so excited to give you a behind the magic look at what's coming next for the game.
So what do we have in store for you today? We're thrilled to introduce some of the amazing folks on the team, reflect on this incredible past year of free updates, and the Disney Dreamlight Valley, a Rift in Time expansion pass. We'll also look ahead at some of the
They
exciting
want to ego stroke
developments
themselves
on
for
the
the first
horizon.
half.
And make sure to tune in for the full stream as well. It'll be bursting with surprise reveals and exclusive teasers that you won't want to miss.
Kicking things off, we're starting this celebration by reflecting on one of the best parts of Disney Dreamlight Valley, you, our community.
And thank you for joining us today.
They can
and
be
living
pretty
magically
toxic.
with us and alongside some of your favorite Disney and Pixar characters. Let's dive into how you've shaped this journey with the inclusion of community-driven features, some arriving a lot sooner than you might expect. At this point, there isn't a corner of my own valley that isn't inspired in part by our fans' designs. But what I love is seeing their reactions to each update, exploring and relating to the stories that each new character brings.
And just like last year, we've brought along some clips that show off our past year of updates, just as we see it through the community's eyes.
Trick or treat. Oh, trick or
Heiße
treat.
Jack Skellington, willkommen! Okay, hat's geklappt, wunderbar.
Well, you see, I'm the president of the Oogie Boogie fan club. What?
What? What?
I love it.
Tinkerlily, don't like her name already.
Look how cute she looks.
Yeah, I think Daisy was a really good addition. Like, I think the fact you got another house with it, like shot with it, was pretty great.
Nobody said
There's
that I have to break them with hands.
Star in the Sky. I've watched his stuff. He's alright. I like him.
We're matching. Oh my god. Oh,
We're gonna make. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lot of people's feelings on that.
oh, this is so cool.
Oh my gosh. We're like changing it from the past to the present.
Oh my god. Hi, Oswald.
I think Oswald is my favorite of the update.
Look at us flying!
A lot of people like gave him crap for it. I'm like, no, like, you saw him Reddit. Oh, Senpai didn't get featured. We're not gonna hear the end of that for like a
Before
year.
we get any further, I think we have a code 2319.
Code 23. Oh. That's the first redemption code we have to share with everyone watching the
Oh,
stream.
okay.
Add
What's the
some
code?
celebratory style to your avatar by redeeming the code on screen for a pair of Dreamlight thigh-high socks
DDV
and Dreamlight crew socks to wear in-game.
Use these steps to redeem the code and be sure to tune into the full
2024.
stream for additional code reveals.
Socks. All right.
Since
Hey,
this time
Yasia,
last year,
how you
we've
going?
introduced 2 new realms, 13 new characters, and dozens of exciting furniture
Only
and
2
wardrobe
realms.
items across 6 free updates and the Disney Dreamlight Valley, a Rift in Time expansion pass. As always, if you have a suggestion or feedback for the game, don't hesitate to let us know
No
on
one
one of our social
hesitates.
media accounts or by joining our official Discord server.
Oh, Senpai's
Up next,
we're
we've
never
got
gonna hear
another
the end of
community
Senpai
manager,
not being
Courtney,
featured.
and our game manager, Guillaume, to give you all the deets on our upcoming free update and maybe some of those aforementioned quality of life improvements that you can expect coming to your valleys very soon.
All right, what's going on here?
Thanks for joining me today to take a deep dive into the next free content update coming to the Valley.
Hello!
Thanks for having us.
So last year around this time, we revealed Jack Skellington and the Pumpkin King Returns update. As you likely guessed from our last roadmap, Sally
not
from
scripted at
Disney
all.
Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before
Yeah, I
Christmas
like
will
Sally.
join him, bringing her signature
that's cool,
Patchwork style
um,
to the Valley as part of the So Delightful update.
So delightful.
After hunting for dolls and experimenting on night shards with Jack, what can we expect from Sally's adventures in the Valley?
Well, having lost her way outside the Valley, players will team up with Jack to make sense of Sally's creepy-crawly messengers as they craft a plan to reunite with her. Then as Sally gets comfortable
like
in the
Sally.
Valley, you'll help her set up a macabre date night, embrace the art of quilting, and puzzle out her latest premonition, among other things.
So as far as Sally's friendship rewards go, what can players expect?
They're
When
giving a
inspired
lot
by
here.
our sense of style, you can expect tons of patterns across clothing items and furniture. From stripped socks to a bed featuring Sally's
French
iconic
always sounds
patchwork
cooler
aesthetic,
than English.
these rewards
I don't know
just
why.
scream Sally.
Now, it wouldn't be a Disney Dreamlight Valley update without a new star path. What can we expect from the theme this time around?
Well, this winter we'll be embracing the ethereal sides of the season. You'll get to step into your own
Oh,
personal
that-
fairy tale
oh.
with ice-adorned furniture and
That
bring
is
a sense of
cool.
whimsy to your
Look at
dreams
that
like submissions
gazebo.
with a wand that produces snowflakes.
One.
Well, there's never been a better time to join the Valley,
Oh, that
especially
gazebo
now as I
looks
know the team's been
really
cooking up
cool.
something particularly special with this update. Isn't that right, Guillaume?
That's right. As part of the So Delightful update, we're introducing a feature called Floating Islands. These act as additional spaces parallel to the valley where players can decorate and let their creativity run free.
So you could almost think of these as extensions of the current biomes?
Exactly. Each biome in the valley will have a floating islands counterpart, retaining the same theme and ambience, but it will start as a clean slate. We plan to roll this out over time, and we'll kick things off with 4 floating islands in the So Delightful update. Like biomes in the valley, they will be purchasable with Dreamlight. And even better, each floating island will have objects limit independent from those in the valley, making them perfect for exploring your creativity
What, independent
and
from
seeing
the
how far
valley?
you can go with your decorating skills.
We've also seen how driven our community is to connect, so it was equally important to us to ensure that this creativity could be shared. So yes, you will be able to travel to floating islands during valley visits.
So they're kind of
How big are
separate.
these spaces?
From a scale perspective, our intention is for each of these floating islands to feel comparable in size to their valley counterparts, once you've taken out immovable features. Ultimately, the goal is to offer ample space to create without them feeling overwhelming. We will have more to share about the exact size of the floating islands a little
So I
closer
think the
to
floating
launch.
islands
And
are
any furniture,
separate.
decorations, or houses you've collected, as well as villagers you've befriended, will be totally accessible on these islands, and you won't have to worry about tidying up. Instead, the focus will be on empowering you with the creativity-focused options you've come to love.
We have one more
Interesting.
piece of big news to share regarding a feature update.
Oh, in addition to floating islands?
Yes, we're improving upon how players can decorate in a huge way. Currently, item rotation is locked to the 4 cardinal directions. We've been impressed with our community's creative drive, and it has inspired us to add even greater control. when
So you
placing
can put them in
items by
angles
increasing
now.
to 16 points of rotation.
And this feature
Rapunzel's
won't
still in
just
the game.
apply to
Yes, it
furniture.
is.
You'll be able to more
Yes,
freely
yes.
rotate buildings, landscaping items, resources like flowers,
So you
and
can-
even drop
can kinda
items
angle
like
it.
prepared dishes. Our plan is to continue building upon this feature over time, including extending the support to fences and paths.
When will players be able to get their hands on these features in the rest of the update?
We are excited to share that the So Delightful update will be released free for all players on December
So
4th,
it's lining up with
2024.
what they did last
Speaking
year.
of release date, I feel like there was one more thing you wanted to unveil.
Looking ahead to next year, we're excited to share the free content roadmap for the first half of 2025.
Oh.
In the first 3 updates of early next year,
Oh,
we're
that looks
excited
like Alice
to
in
bring some
Wonderland.
beloved character to the valley.
And you
There
can
are
go on
2 I
Skull
know
Rock.
have been
Yeah.
among the top in community requests, and it's safe to say I'm right there with them.
And this is just a first look at what we have in store. With such a
Ooh.
rich history
We're gonna
of
have to
Disney
go back and
Pixar
look at that.
stories to draw from, there are so many exciting characters yet to come. I've been tidying myself over by hosting tea parties in the valley, so I can't wait until we can share what the team's got in the cards for that spring update.
So I think that's
How about you,
Aladdin. I
Ryan?
think Aladdin's
I'm
the
excited
first
to
one.
see what Secret Skull Rock might hold. After all, I know this has been a hot topic among
What's-
the community.
what's the feather
but
in the-
most
in the-
importantly, I can't
I
wait
think
to
it
see
is
what all
Peter
of our
Pan,
players
the
are most
feather.
excited about.
The feather
But
in the
with that,
sand.
I really appreciate you both taking the time to chat today.
Interesting.
Changing
I'm glad
gears
they're
for
bringing finally
content
Aladdin back in.
updates, I think it's about time we visited a new land of mythical proportions.
Ooh,
Welcome to the Storybook Vale.
Storybook Vale, yeah.
Lately, life here
Ooh.
hasn't been so happily ever after.
Oh, is that
It
Tangled?
wasn't always like this. Once upon
Not
a
Tangled.
time, the Storybook Vale was a land made up of
Scottish Archer, what's
legendary
Brave?
stories,
Oh,
where myths
Flynn.
and fairy tales sprang to
Alright, so
life
Flynn.
until
I
one
can't remember her name. Redhead.
powerful
Brave.
villains stole
Melissa-
it away
Melissa
and
Flynn?
twisted it to their
Hades.
image. But their wicked nature didn't keep them friendly for long. Their hunger for power tore the veil apart. But all is not lost forever. Explore this magical world floating in the sky.
Ooh, that's a cool little house back
Discover
there.
an enchanted artifact. Capture treasured tales that have taken on a life of their own.
So you can catch your little pixie
Unravel
things.
mythic riddles and reveal their hidden secrets.
Ooh.
Rekindle old friendships. Rediscover
Only 2 characters.
long-lost fables. And help old friends come back together again.
Ooh, is that Cinderella?
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
The Storybook Vale.
Part 1 launches November 20th.
November 20th. That's soon. Wow.
Launching on November 20th, Part 1 of Disney Dreamlight Valley, The Storybook Vale invites players to make
Like a
use
week
of their
after my
Stardust
birthday.
Port once again to be whisked away to the Vale. Our second expansion pass gives players a whole new adventure full of new friends, quests, biomes, and even more surprises.
Well, yeah,
Joining us
that's
now
what
to share
they gave
more on
us
the
last
narrative
time.
and game design of Disney Dreamlight Valley, The Storybook
We're
Vale,
gonna give you more
are
quests.
some
Oh,
familiar
that-
faces
thank
from
God
our
for
last
that.
showcase. Josh and Calixta, welcome.
But it's only
Happy to
Not a
be
lot of
here.
characters. I
I'm
was
sure
expecting
everyone
more.
is buzzing with questions after seeing that amazing trailer. To kick things off, could you share some more insights into the direction behind creating another expansion pass?
Of course. So expansion passes let us recapture the feeling that we gave players the
a
first
very
time they stepped
well-groomed
into the
beard, by the
valley,
way.
telling a whole new story with new villagers to meet, mysteries to unravel, and
So we
biomes to
enter
make
in
all your own.
the same kind of
They're
way we
a
did
great way
before.
for us to deliver just a huge amount of content to players.
And many of our players have interacted with the first expansion pass, Disney Dreamlight Valley: A Rift in Time, which was explored in 3 acts. Should they be looking forward to a similar rollout with this new one?
So for this expansion, we chose to do 2 parts with more content in each. We saw
Okay.
player feedback around the time to reach the conclusion of the story and get you far. And with this new format, you'll get just as
I
much
liked
content
the other
without
way,
as
though.
long of a wait. But just like with our first expansion, purchasing the Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Storybook Vale expansion pass will get you both parts as they become available.
More content, fewer cliffhangers? Count me in. Now it's time to spill the beans.
This is
What is
so
the exciting
scripted,
story
it
this time?
hurts.
So the Storybook Vale is the place in your heart where all your most treasured stories live. Once it hung in the sky above
He
Dreamlight
sounds at least
Valley,
natural.
but during the forgetting, 2 Disney
Alright,
villains
that's it.
stole the veil away. For a time,
Rapunzel wasn't the last
Maleficent
expansion,
from
so we
Disney's
must see it.
Sleeping Beauty and Hades from Disney's
I love
Hercules
Hades. I'm glad we
ruled
got Hades.
peacefully together over its 3 unique biomes.
So still getting
The
3
Bind,
unique,
Ever After, and Mythopia. But
Mythopia.
soon, a struggle for power between the mistress of all evil and the lord of the underworld tore the veil apart. As you can imagine, when you get those 2 egos together in a room, sparks literally fly.
Yes. And when the players arrive in the Vale, they'll find out that things aren't so happily ever after. Ink is spilling out of the very ground throughout the
Ink.
Vale, and other mysterious phenomena have begun to take hold. You'll
Ink.
meet with the Lord
Interesting.
Keeper, a talking enchanted book who holds this world together. And while she won't tell many stories in her pages, the discord between Hades and Maleficent has scattered them. So only you can put them back together as you explore the Vale
course
and
only
get a
we can
little
put her
help from
together.
new friends along the way.
Speaking of new
Bloody
friends,
characters
we were
can't do
all
anything
treated to a glimpse of
themselves.
some of the villagers who will hopefully join us on our adventures and later our valleys. I'm sure I'm not the only one curious as to what you can tell us about our new friends.
I'm
Well,
a
happy
little
to
bit
share that
disappointed
part
about the
1 of
characters.
Storybook Vale
so
will
far.
bring with it 3 villagers for you to unlock. In the Bind, you'll find Merida from Disney and Pixar's Brave.
Yeah.
Merida is
I
such
don't-
a
I don't
fun
mind Merida.
character, and she seemed like the perfect new friend for the player. This
She's a
fearless
redhead too,
princess
yeah.
will act as your guide, helping you command your own fate and learn more about this new world.
And in Ever After, you'll meet with Flynn Rider from Disney Tangle. This swashbuckling rogue will help you uncover a world of fairy tales. Flynn's personality is so
So
exciting
what's
to
the
play
third
with.
one?
Just watch out when he puts on his smolder. For players who already befriended Rapunzel in Disney Dreamlight Valley: A Rift in Time, look out for a special opportunity to reunite the 2.
And in Mythopia, you'll meet Hades from Disney's Hercules.
Ah.
Hades will
So-
help you to get to the bottom of a world
So
of
Hades
myths.
is just another character.
In my
I
opinion,
don't mind.
Hades is one of the funniest characters ever in a Disney movie, and he brings that same sense of humor to the game. Just watch out as he tries to make
But
you
he's
his
a villain,
minion,
though.
because he's not exactly the greatest boss.
And of course, all these villagers will come with their own unique houses that you can move to the base game or to a
Ooh,
floating island
that's cool.
if that's where you think they work best and want them to live.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna add Hades to my
Oh,
floating island
that
full of
is
villains.
cool.
I'll
That's a
absolutely
cool
be
home.
making
I like
a
that.
Tangled-themed floating island to house both Flynn and Rapunzel. But I know
whole
you didn't
floating
mention
island.
anything about Maleficent.
While players might run into her in part 1, stay tuned for part 2 to solve all the mysteries of the Veil. And
Yeah, I thought he
welcome
was
her
a
to the
villain
Valley.
too, so...
And that's not all. You can expect one more mysterious figure to join forces with players in
Ah.
part 2 of the Storybook Vale.
Aside from new friends helping
I
us,
think it's
is
gonna
there
be
anything
Aurora,
else we can
so it
expect
must
to aid
be
us in
Sleeping
piecing
Beauty.
back together the Lore Keeper's stories?
Yes, players will have their new royal net to aid them.
Royal Net.
Why a net?
Well, the scatters pages from the Lore Keeper hasn't just scattered with the wind. They've come to life in the form of snippets, which are
a
enchanted
frog!
origami creatures that you have to
I
capture.
like frogs.
The snippets mostly hang out around the Vale, but watch out for a few special rare ones that will show up back in the Dreamlight
Interesting,
Valley.
so they're like
Can't believe how cute they
collectibles.
are. They're gonna be tricky to catch.
Other than looking adorable flying around the Vale,
Each snippet will come with their own unique way to be captured that the player will need
So
to
it's kind of
figure
like a
it out.
critter.
And once you catch them, you can restore Disney and Pixar magic to the Lore Keeper's pages with a puzzle minigame. Each tale
okay.
takes the form of a beautiful tapestry
That's
telling the story behind a
interesting.
classic Disney or Pixar film.
So it's kind of like
And these
memories, but
tapestries
instead you
can
get like
then serve
pieces
as
of a
beautiful
puzzle.
pieces of decor that players can use to furnish their in-game homes.
Now the Gothel is not in
Can't
there.
wait
Oh
to
no,
see the
she's
gallery
in
spaces our
the
players are
main
going to
game.
design to showcase them. But
You see,
speaking
you
of
really need to
designing,
play
as
it.
I'm sure players are invested in where to place their home in game, what can we look forward to when exploring the different biomes in the expansion?
Well, after seeing the feedback from our last expansion, we've improved the flow of unlocking the areas within the biome and how a player progression in turn affect their exploration of this fantastical new world. One of our main goals in crafting the Veil was to allow for easier and more inspired
Yeah,
decorating for our
Good.
decor
That
driving
thought
players.
about space.
We've also added more
That's really
magic
good.
with the introduction of prominent landmarks inspired by Disney
Oh,
and
that's
Pixar
cool, the
stories.
Pegasus.
But of course, our team delights in creating secrets for players to discover too. Throughout your journey to the Veil, you will uncover trials, special quests inspired by fairy tales and myths. They've become Scrabble-like pages in a book, and only the player can set them right using their full breadth of real tools.
Interesting.
old
So
and new.
they got something called
And I'm sure our
trials where
community
you
is
kind of
up
it's
for
like
the
a
challenge.
sub quest
With
kind
all
of
you've
thing.
shared, it sounds
like
like
a dungeon
there's
or
still
something.
many mysteries waiting for us in the Veil. Thank you so much for joining us, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we invite two members of the art team to the stage to share more on the world and artistic design of the Storybook Veil.
Cool.
But first, use the code on screen to
Ah,
claim a
another one.
Dreamlight Bow headband in-game.
Bow HB. A long way.
I'm joined by art director Steven and concept artist Yanon to dig into some of the inspiration behind the Storybook Veil.
Hey there.
Thanks for having us.
Hello.
Why don't we start with quite literally the biggest artistic endeavor of the expansion pass, the biomes. Earlier, we were introduced to the Bind, Mythopia, and Ever
The
After.
Bind is a weird
Where did
name.
the inspiration
The
for these
Bind.
biomes come from?
Yeah,
In many
well
ways,
so
the Bind
far.
was born
I'm
out of our
happy.
team's collective love of stories. There's something special and unique.
Is it wrong to
and
say
cozy
there's a
about
lot of
putting up with a
redheads
good
in
book. So
that
the
work on
decision to
Dreamlight
lean into
Valley?
dark academia and the cool yet cozy ambience of an autumnal forest just made sense.
And similarly, Mythopia, as you may have guessed from the name, is inspired by Greco-Roman culture and ancient myths. When you explore this biome, you'll walk through
Wow.
rolling fields of golden wheat, dotted with cypress trees, magenta florals, and ancient ruins. And you may also discover subtle clues that a certain god of the underworld has also been there.
Finally, there's Ever After. We drew a ton of inspiration from Scottish and Scandinavian.
It looks like there's a
folklore,
lot of
while
land.
sprinkling in
That's
fey
one thing I've
mythology.
noticed. Like looking
idea
at the
was to
shot,
capture the feeling
like
of
you
a
can see
dark,
there's so
enchanted
much
mushroom
land
forest
to
and
build
windswept
on.
moorlands.
I don't know about you, but for me,
I really
one
like
of the
it.
most
They really have
exciting
taken the
aspects of
feedback
digging
on.
into new biomes is seeing just how they'll translate into clothing and furniture items. Could you share a sneak peek at what folks can expect?
Of course, self-expression is one of the main pillars of our game, so we love the idea of taking inspiration from the new biomes into player customization. Maybe you want to build a cozy library where you can read for hours, or you want to dress up as a Greek god or goddess,
yeah, that's
or
what we can
design
do
a
right now,
magical
right?
mushroom fairy forest. I think
That's
that there's
cool.
something
I
for
love
everyone
that
here.
aesthetic.
Speaking of expression, we wanted to take our commitment to aesthetic cohesion even further in the Storybook Veil. Not only will you find Scrooge McDuck's store and
Oh,
showroom
that's
in
custom.
this new world,
Yeah,
you'll
look at
also
that, it's
find their
different.
facades have been overhauled to better fit in with their
Yeah.
modern surroundings.
I don't even
You'll
want them
also
there
want
though.
to keep an eye out for some new additions to Scrooge McDuck's store that will be available to owners of
She
this
struggled
new
with
expansion
that.
pass.
Saying that.
Knowing just how much care you've put into the smaller details of
Why
the
are they
environment,
forcing us to do
I'd
that,
love
though?
to know if there's any landmarks that stood out to you.
Yes, well, speaking of those smaller details, we loved playing with scale in Ever After. In particular, there's a
Oh,
waterfall
wow, look
feature
at
that's
that.
inspired by the Mad Hatter's Tea Party from Disney's
That's
Alice
cool.
in Wonderland. I feel like this
Yeah,
perfectly
you see, you
captures
really should play the
the
game.
whimsy of that biome.
The giant Hades statues in Mythopia is another imposing sight in game. Between that and the design of Mount Olympus, which features flames that mirror Hades himself,
that
I feel
is a
like these
cool
players
looking
will have a
biome.
blast picking out the details we worked in.
What about snippets? Where did that idea come from?
The snippets are literal pieces of escaped stories torn
Snippets
from the
are
book.
an interesting
When
addition.
We were imagining
I
how
think
they may
that's
have
their.
escaped, we realized we wanted the
I know we
snippets
saw
to
a
have
critter
their own
earlier, didn't we?
personalities. So the idea of origami animals or little paper creatures like a cute and fluttery bird or a silly little frog was created.
I love that. Speaking of cute little animals, are you able to share anything about the new animal companions coming in this
Yeah.
expansion?
Absolutely. As there will be 3 biomes arriving in the expansion
Thanks for
pass,
asking
we'll
that.
be
It's
adding
not like
a
it was
unique critter to
playable.
each, all with their own colour variants.
Oh,
and
an
puzzling catching
owl.
mechanics.
Oh, I love the
First of these
owl.
soon-to-be-animal companions for the players to
That's
find will be the
cool.
owls in the Bind.
And as a nod to Maleficent's rule of the land, players can find mini dragons.
Oh,
in
mini
Ever
dragons.
After. And if that's not exciting enough, players can also find
Oh,
new winged horses in
Pegasus.
Mythopia, drawing inspiration
Pegasus.
from Disney's
Pegasi.
Fantasia.
That's incredible.
Those
I know
cri-
I'll be
those
counting
critters
down
are
the days
really
until I can
cool.
adventure with a mini dragon at my side. To wrap things up, however, any last details on new
Birthday's
collectibles
July
and
the
resources?
10th.
As you've seen, the
Long way.
Storybook Vale's biomes are remarkable in their own ways, and the resources you can find in each are unique as well.
One of my favorite new additions are koi. They can be found in the bind along with sea wolf fish and
Sea wolf.
delicious sea grapes.
How about you,
Secrets.
Stephen? Any favorites?
I'm a big fan of the landscaping. Mythopia brings poppies, buried lightning strikes, and Bougainvillea.
Ooh,
and
very
Everafter is filled with bioluminescent moss and giant flora. There's also plenty of edible plants as well, ranging from green beans to porcini to more fantastical ones like ambrosia.
Well, I can't wait to see how our players react to them.
Ooh.
With new
They look
resources,
good.
can we also expect to
done
be
the-
cooking up
they've
new
done
delectable
well.
dishes?
Definitely. We have dozens of new recipes arriving with the expansion pass, utilizing ingredients from both the Valley and the Vale.
Once again, thank you both so much for joining us today to dig into all the
I
amazing art in Disney
reckon
Dreamlight
that done
Valley,
very well.
the
It's a
Storybook
lot better
Vale.
than the last one.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Already.
Now, let's take a look at how you can get your hands on the expansion pass.
Let's
For
see
those of you
how
who
they're
are following
going to
along on
price
this
gouge
magical
us.
journey and already own the base game, there are two ways to dive into the Storybook Vale expansion pass.
Like a Rift in Time before it, the expansion pass will include a bundle of moonstones with your purchase. If you'd like to add a little extra magic, look no further than the Magical
Oh, the
Edition, which
Autumn
offers
Mana
even more
style.
moonstones, a collection of
Baby
library
Pegasus
cosmetic
companion
items, and a
house.
truly
I have
adorable
to
baby
get that.
Pegasus
Oh, that
animal
looks so
companion.
cool.
If you're new or know a friend who would love to get into Disney Dreamlight Valley, these are great starting points. Between
There
the
you go,
Disney
yes,
Dreamlight
sir.
Valley base game, the Storybook Vale bundle, and the Enchanted Edition, you'll be able to choose what's right for you.
You
And
should
of
get the
course,
Enchanted Edition,
Can't
mate.
forget about those of you who take the time to dive into updates as soon as they arrive. We're excited to offer a special early adopter bonus for expansion pass owners.
Ooh.
As we had new ways to begin or expand upon your Disney Dreamlight Valley experience, we'll soon say goodbye to the Gold Edition, which comes bundled with the base game, our first expansion pass, A Rift in Time, and an assortment of cosmetic items.
This edition will officially leave stores on November 20th at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. We are kicking off our deepest sale of the Gold Edition to date, so catch up on our first expansion.
Yeah, it's really cheap
also
at the
on sale,
moment,
while
yes,
you
sir.
wait for the
Get into
Storybook
it.
Vale.
And there you have it. From a new expansion pass exploring myth and the stories that connect us, to floating islands that will open up all sorts
Floating
of
islands I'm a little
creativity
bit
in the valley.
sus
We're
about.
so
I think
glad
it's
you
gonna
were
be
able
like
to join
separate,
us
like,
for all the
Eternal
excitement of
Isle.
today's showcase.
Remember to redeem the 2 codes we shared throughout this showcase, and the third and final one, right here, for unique Dreamlight-themed items
JJ
in-game.
jacket.
And stay tuned to our social channels over the coming weeks for even more details on these exciting new releases. Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Storybook Vale expansion pass launches on November 20th, and the So Delightful update arrives on December 4th. See you in the valley.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now the question, do they have anything at the end? Or did they just end it? I have to figure out where they did certain stuff. So if we go back here,
will be purchasable with Dreamlight.
so they got the Plaza Island, the Forest Island, and Sunlit. So I think they're separate. Like it says, people can visit them as well. I think they can visit them just like you can visit a store. You really want this game? Well, it's discounted at the moment. Yes, sir. So look into see if your budget fits it. So they're basically big square islands off the coast, but I don't think you can easily just move to them backwards and forwards. I think you have to kind of like move to them like you do when you go into Scrooge's store.
We'll be able to travel to floating islands during valley visits.
So you'll be able to travel to floating islands.
How big are these spaces?
From a scale perspective, our intention is for each of these floating islands to feel comparable in size to their valley counterparts, once you've taken out immovable features. Ultimately, the goal is to offer ample space to create without them feeling overwhelming.
So yeah, I don't know how I feel about them. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of get implemented.
Regarding a feature update.
Oh, in addition to floating islands?
Yes.
Yeah,
points
I
of
like the
rotation.
turning. The turning's
this
very
feature
good.
won't just apply to
But
furniture.
if you notice that they mentioned that the
We'll
pass
be able to more freely rotate.
the pass aren't able to be rotated yet. So like you could rotate the houses, but you can't rotate the pass yet. Yeah. The 45 degree rotation. Yeah, definitely. Very interesting update. Very interesting update. So we'll get the expansion pack before we get the next free update. So 20th of December. We ain't got long. Only 2 weeks. Oh, how long? Where's the calendar? Is sick. Where's the calendar? 20th. So we are looking at exactly, because today's the 30th for me. So we are looking at 3 weeks away. We're only 3 weeks away to the end. Oh, you finish. Just make sure there wasn't anything right at the end. Oh no, it's saying goodbye. We'll go back to where it was. There we go. We're only 3 weeks away from it. So looking at this, I think it's pretty easy to figure this out. So I think the first two, Aladdin and Jasmine. Because you got the hat, you got the Jasmine's circle, whatever they call it. I've been watching other people play it a lot. You should get it, yes sir. No, I think right now it's the cheapest you're going to get it. The next one, excited to see step into a land of wonder and meet new friends along the way. Friends implies more than one. So I think we're going to get Alice in Wonderland spring of 2025. Problem is that this works on American time. So when's spring? Because your winter is at the... Your spring is at the... Like, what, April? April, I think it is, around that. And then summer, Solve an ancient mystery in Disco who's waiting inside Skull Rock. And there's a feather here. So I'm thinking that's a Lost Boys kind of deal. Which makes me think it is Peter Pan. Like, I normally always dismissed it. But that gives me strong evidence to believe that I think it's Peter Pan or Lost Boys. Because that's the first time I've actually seen some concrete evidence pointing towards it. Other than that, I can't think of any other red feather. I'm going to type red feather Disney. Red feather Disney. There's actually a character called Red Feather. But I think that makes sense. And with Peter Pan, he comes your favorite Tinkerbell. No. Let's just... Maybe it's the Lost Boy. Like, let's go Lost Boy. Peter Pan. I'm not really seeing another red feather with it. I thought Red Feather always kind of went with the Lost Boys. So Red Feather. Yeah, kind of. Oh, here we go. Let's go. See if I can switch over. Oh, what am I trying to get at? Yeah, this way. So this is what I found. So this kind of matches that red feather in the sand. So I think it is Peter Pan. Like, it's Peter Pan's hat, at least. So if we go back to here, you see this red feather here. Kind of matches up with Peter Pan's red feather here. So but it also could be Robin Hood. Because Robin Hood does fit the same kind of vibe, but I feel like it's with Skull Island plus the feather. But it could be Peter Pan's hat though. It feels like Peter Pan is a huge character though, so it feels a bit weird for them to not dive into it. Alright, so, and that's really the only big mysteries. They typically were pretty forthright with information. They didn't really hide a lot. I do like the critters though. The critters were definitely, and the annoying thing is, like, if we go back here, that Pegasus, the baby Pegasus companion in the house, I have to have it now. Like, I have to. That looks awesome. And if you look at the splash shot as well, I don't think we see too much reveals on there. We see the different kind of castles and different kind of sides. I do like the space. They've given a lot of space with the new expansion, which was a huge complaint a lot of people had. And I'm looking forward to fleshing that out a little bit and seeing how it's all laid out. I think that's another one. That's something they didn't show. Like I think in the last expansion they kind of showed a map and they kind of showed how it's all laid out. But they didn't this time, which is quite interesting. Because they made it very clear of showing the map off last time. I do like this idea. Special quests inspired by Fairy Tale the Mist. So I think they're now developed a system where you can go on little like side quests. So we're going to be like that. Like they could introduce a new update, and go, hey, there's a new trial quest that you can go on. So they don't need to build another biome. They can build a new dungeon kind of thing, which is interesting. And it'll be interesting to see how they make that accessible in an easy way. Whether they're going to just add a room to the castle and you can go into the castle and then you can just go into one of these trials, or also whether the trials are repeatable or whether they're like a weekly reset, and so every time you do it you get special bonuses and so forth. I think that would be interesting. Baby Pickles, I have to get that one. Yeah, I have to get that one too. And those outfits look so much more detailed. Yeah, they do. If we go, where is it? We go here, it looks like they've definitely put the work in, which is good, because it's probably meant they've got more resources because of the success of the game and the continued success of the game. And they're starting to get a feel of what people like. And I think that's so important, of like understanding the community that's actually buying the product instead of alienating them and telling them. There's two kinds of developers you get. You get ones that tell the audience what they want, and that's a very hit and miss kind of risk. Or they actually listen to the player base and don't lose their creativity, but still incorporate a lot of the feedback, which it feels like they've done here, which is why they've changed their approach with Dreamlight Valley so many times. They've constantly evolved of how they treat the audience in the game. I'm a little bit disappointed, though. I will say I'm a little bit disappointed on the characters that they're offering. With Miranda. I mean, it's cool because I'm a big Brave is a really I like Brave. I mean, I can't say I watched it too much, but I love Brave, and I'm partly Scottish myself, so. But I don't know. It just felt like I was expecting. I mean, I'm not a big Tangled fan, and it feels like we got Tangled last time, so I don't know why we got Flynn. It felt like we could have used something else, you know, another character to. I don't know. It didn't feel right. I probably, if I was going to give any suggestion, I would say don't offer Flynn again. You love Tangled. Well, this is perfect for you, sir, because you get a Tangled character with the base game, you get a Tangled character with the first expansion pack, and now you get a Tangled character with the second expansion pack. Feels a little bit too much in my opinion, but hey. Yeah, you get Rapunzel with the second, for the first expansion pack. I don't know. It just felt like Flynn probably was a miss for me. And I think they should have gone down a different route of kind of showing, you know, what characters we could expect, like something from the TV show or something like that. And it looks like we are getting Aurora based off that last shot. I just don't know where it was in the trailer. Where was it in the trailer? See where we go. Oh, I have to replay this bit. I think when they talked about the critters. The critters are cool. I have to admit, the critters are awesome. There we go. Look at that owl. Oh, that's a cool looking one. I really like that. They definitely have done a lot more work with the critters. And the fact that the dragon and then the Pegasus, the fact they hid these baffles me. Like, these are wicked ones. They should not be hiding these. And the fact that they made them such a small part of this update is just like, why? That would have just grabbed so many people. They could have put Moana in. Oh, Moana's like, again, yes, so you gotta play the base game. Moana's already in the game. There's a lot of characters already in the game, yes, sir, and Moana's already in the game. Rapunzel's already in the game. Lady Gothels and Mother Gothels in the game. Gotta play the game, buddy. I think that the mushroom biome is interesting. What was the puzzle game? Because I mean that was like the Scrabble coin, right? So they're not doing the Scrabble coin again. Instead, they're doing like these puzzles, and putting it together. Yeah, very interesting. The Royal Tool, I don't know about. If I don't. So basically, you capture them, you get puzzle pieces. But there's a white one. If you notice, the white owl, which I didn't realize this, but they revealed the owl earlier in the game, early in the trailer. It's there, and so that's on the right. So these are 3 houses I think we're probably getting. So the right was Hades. I'm guessing the one on the left is Miradala, and the one in the middle is Flynn. That's my guess. But there's a white owl. We got that. Now it's us just going through it and just figuring this all out. So we've got a little beanstalk that goes up to Maleficent, and there's Aurora. There's Aurora there. So this is probably the last character we get is Aurora. Which is interesting because we typically don't get a character that's tied in with the villain. That's the first time we have. Maleficent's with Sleeping Beauty, I think? Yeah. I always get Sleeping Beauty and Snow White mixed up. I think, no, Maleficent's Sleeping Beauty. Which is Aurora, isn't it? Snow White and the Seven. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, is it Snow White? Snow White. Yeah. Hopefully, a puzzle game will evolve this strategy. I just hope we could play with our mates with Scrabble Coin. I'm so surprised that they didn't mention Senpai. I'm baffled. And I think he's going to be fuming. Like, this is solely based on how he reacted last time. Last time when he wasn't included, he threw a tantrum. Well, not tantrum, he just wasn't very happy about it. Now, this is pretty cool. I love that gazebo. That gazebo looks bloody stellar, I reckon. I wish they put Snow White in it. I mean, they should. They should put Snow White. I would love the 7 Dwarfs in the game. I think the 7 Dwarfs are like quick wins for them, though. I mean, those character designs are pretty straightforward and iconic. I don't know how I feel about the islands. We'll listen to this bit again. Hold on.
These act as additional spaces parallel to the valley, where players can decorate and let their creativity.
Based off what I can see here, it isn't connected to the valley, so they are places you actually have to travel to, rather than just like a bridge to them that you can just walk on, which is a little bit disappointing. I think it's good from a creative sense. There's a place you can experiment and play around with. I don't know how would I utilize them. I'm not sure. All right. I can see myself doing that as well. I've got an idea of how I could do it. I mean, you could make a big track around it and make a really cool downtown area, but it would also feel a little bit disconnected, if that makes sense. So I don't know how it would be used. I mean, if going under the theme I use, right? I use themes, Pixar World and all that stuff. I can see this working, but it might be very disconnected. So I could make like Dreamlight Valley the actual downtown area, the entire valley, the downtown area. So I'll have Christmas World and I have Halloween Town and then I have everything else. And I could make a wicked theme park, but I'd like to see how it works. If it feels disconnected a little bit, I don't know how I feel about that. You just spawn into it, and you can't watch it from afar. And because there's no really hilly areas as well, so you can't like have an oversight of everything and just look around. But it'd be interesting to see what they do with it. All right, I need to quickly go to the bathroom because that was interesting to watch. All right, we'll be back to analyze it in a sec. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Helps if I turn the mic on. All right, so yeah, this is what my conclusion is that the square islands are just separate islands away from the valley. There's no connection to it, and you visit them kind of like Scrooge's place. So, but you can visit the multiplayer, which is really cool.
The same theme and ambience, but it will start as a clean slate. We plan.
So, like where we see here, here. So we're gonna have Plaza Island, Forest Island, Sunlit Island, and Forest Island. Oh, sorry, Frosted Island. So we're not going to get probably the oh God, what did they call it? I have to go back to my game to figure this out. Hold up. What am I thinking of? The Glade. So we're not going to get Glade or Forgotten Lands or Dazzle. We're not going to get Dazzle Beach, which makes sense. The Dazzle Beach seems a bit weird. Be cool to get a beach though. Get a widespread beach. All right, but they're separate, so we're gonna get 7 biomes, 7, 8. I mean, it's an interesting workaround. I would have preferred them just to make the biomes bigger, because I think what's going to happen is that you're going to, I don't know really how it works. You assign them to the island, I'm guessing. It'll be interesting to see how it works. So right now you can assign them back and forth between Eternity Isle and Dreamlight Valley, right? So with the floating islands, do they work the kind of same way? You can assign them to the island, or if you assign them to Dreamlight Valley, they appear on the islands. So floating islands kind of feels like separate, like Floating Islands, Valley, Eternity Isle. Notice they haven't got anything up here to show the Storybook Vale, but maybe they did that deliberately just for the presentation. But I feel like they're going to run out of room up here. Okay. So yeah, we've gone through that. What are other big updates? I mean, Sally, that was kind of expected, but I did like the animation that she's doing, like, when she's on here, like, she's sewing that up. No news about being able to move the treehouse, though. That's a bit of a bugger. And notice I've got all the pumpkins around. Anything? No surprises, which a little bit disappointed me. There's no mystery. There's not really a lot of mystery other than those characters. And we get a new rug with Sally. A new rug? When did you see the rug? We'll let it play out. Hold up. So I can just proceed. I will have to. That will be the end of week, kind of like tomorrow and the next day. I'll be doing it probably offline. I'll be getting the spreadsheets ready. And then we'll start going to, and then I'll be filming the last version of Dreamlight Valley 2.0. So now we've got a date. So we've got the 20th of November. Not long, about 3 weeks away. And I have to do a day-long stream. I'm going to see if I can get the day off. I think my health-wise, I think I'm ready to do it again. I'm going to give it a go. I'm feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot up for it. I think we'll do a day-long one. So the floating islands won't come until December as well. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. So that, oh yeah, the rug looks pretty cool. Is that the rug you're referring to, Teresa? Not Teresa, sorry. Ramona. I like the fireplace. The fireplace looks cool too. Now, one thing I did notice, that's right, can't wait. Multiplayer didn't really get an update, but I do think it's quite a big deal to be able to travel to the floating islands. They didn't mention you'd be able to go to Eternity Isle or Storybook Vale though, which is a bit gutting because that's one of the main reasons no one really worked on Eternity Isle, is because there were, no one could visit it, no one could like come around and hang out with you. I wouldn't say that was one of the main reasons. It was just, it didn't give you a lot of motivation to like tidy things up or make things, practical. For scale perspective, our intention is to feel comparable to their Valley's counterparts. I think it'll feel bigger because there's less like, but I mean, in the screenshot it showed like a river. In the screenshot they put on the Twitter showed a bit of a river though, so I don't know how that's going to work, but I think it's once you've taken out the immovable with features, Yeah. Ultimately, the goal is to add full space to create. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rather enjoy it. I think I'm gonna run out of room though. Yeah, hopefully if it does feel like an extension rather than an isolated thing. That's what I'm worried about, for it to feel like an isolated thing. Yeah, the tuning of the buildings and everything is really cool, and I can't wait to see them expand on that. They did mention subtly there, if you noticed there, they said they're hoping to bring it out to pass and fences, which means it's not available at the moment. So you can tune the house, yeah, but you can't make a fence to match it. So I think you just have to be like careful when you design that. So the rotating is such a cool feature, and it's such a little thing that you wouldn't think it adds much, but it does. It adds a massive amount. The soulful. I think it's supposed to be soulful. What? Yeah, the content roadmap is interesting. A lot less. I mean, we talked about it earlier, but there's a lot less mapped out spots. So they're spacing up the updates a little bit. But we're getting looks like we're getting 3 updates between now and summer. So we're bound to get another update later next year. And I can't remember when they announced the content updates for the expansion pack, whether they announced when each one was going to be. Because they did announce like this time we're going to do it in two lots, right? And I can't remember what the timestamp is for that, so I need to try and find it. It was very scripted, which I get why they do it that way, but sometimes you just want an organic conversation. So there's the paid passes, but where they mention how they split it into 2 parts instead? I'm gonna find that bit. I can't remember how earlier on it was. Where is it? Where is it? It wasn't there. I remember that could do talking about it. I can't remember. Where's the timestamp for it? God damn it! Where is it? Maybe it was right at the beginning. Part 1. Just port. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There we go. So we've got the Welcome to the Vale and then Unwritten Realms. So that's on the 20th of November, and then the summer of 2025. So we're going to be sitting on the expansion pack for a while, for about 6 months, it looks like. Because summer is what? June, July? So that's a good 6 months that we're going to be sitting with the expansion pack. So I'm hoping there's enough content to keep people occupied until then. So I'm guessing you get the 3 characters, and then you get Maleficent, but then you also get Aurora. Solve the mystery with help of Maleficent, so with the help of Maleficent. So we have Maleficent's help by this point. Venture into the strange world beneath Storybook Vale. Solve the mystery of the missing beneath it. That's an interesting term. Beneath it. So we're not going up to the castle. We're going down. I guess it makes sense. How, and you know, Hades is underworld and stuff. Go on a mythical adventure to help the Lore Keeper. So the Lore Keeper, I'm guessing, is the book. To restore Faro land from while encountering Miranda. Miranda. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Lynn and Hades along the way. I was hoping we would get like an Oswald, like a really weird, obscure character, but pretty safe characters. So it's a bit disappointing. But yeah, I think that's it. I mean, we've gone over most of it. The biomes look really cool. I mean, this biome looks really cool. It's probably where I'm gonna like live for a while. But I do like that biome too. Will the origami critters appear in part 1? I'm assuming so because it was with the tool. So if I think it's in the trailer. If we rewatch the trailer, right? So this weird. So the critters are there the minute you go to the book. So I'm guessing the critters, and it comes with the tool. So the tool that we get is a net. So I'm guessing you get that right off the bat, the same way we got the time bending staff. We've got ravens flying up there as well, which is weird. So we've got a gate there. So they're flying out because the whole idea of the origami critters is they're pages from the book after the split happened. So I'm guessing we get the critters right after that. The question is, what will the tool be used for anywhere else? So will we see critters in other areas? But look at that! Look at that! Just how that all looks. I do like how Remy stores a different got a different coat of paint on it, as well as Scrooge's stall. I really do like the look of it, eh? Look at that puzzle as well. We'll go back a bit. So we've got the royal tool, and you catch them, and a little frog and a bird and whatever that thing is. So you build the puzzle. Like it's kind of like basically memories. So they're all gonna have so that's the Mickey Mouse one. I don't know what this means. What does this all mean? I don't know. Got the fish. You got Hades. You got that little thing going up there, which we now know is not probably where we're going. And then you got Aurora there. So looking at it looks really cool. I love the critters though. The critters are definitely a selling point for me. I want to re-listen to something actually, just before we finish off here.
Our team delights in creating secrets for players to discover too. Throughout your journey to the Vale, you will uncover trials. Special quests inspired by fairy tales and myths. They've become Scrabble-like pages in a book, and only the player can set them right using their full breadth of real tools, old and new.
So they kind of feel like little dungeon quests that we go on. So it'd be interesting to see what they do with that particular feature. I think that's something they could definitely expand on and add like more trials and new trials every single time. Instead of making realms and stuff, they could just make little things like this.
Up for the challenge. With all you've shared, it sounds like there's still many mysteries waiting for us in the Vale. Thank you so much for joining us, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, we invite 2 members of the art team to the stage to share more on the world and artistic design of the Storybook Vale. But first, use the code on screen to claim a Dreamlight Bow headband in-game.
All right, I think that's where we'll leave it though. But so much to look forward to. It's going to be analyzed to like there are other people that be able to do an more analytical look than me, but so many. That's so cool. The fact that it's only 3 weeks away as well. That's a cool thing as well. I think that's cool. A lot better. It looks already a lot better than this biome. Straight off the bat. I think it's just because the space of it, it feels a lot more open. Like, if you look at some of the shots that they are doing, you don't see walls like you do here, right? You don't see like a border. It's just, it seems like a more wide open space. So it's going to open the doors so much. And I think more people are going to spend time on it and design it. I think what I'll probably end up doing is making Dreamlight Valley like a bit of a hub of like a downtown area with all my storage and everything. And then the floating islands will be the themed islands. I still think we need more room in Eternity Isle. Dreamlight Valley. I don't think the floating islands are really going to scratch the itch they think it's going to do. I think it would be really cool to kind of experiment and to play around and build stuff with it. But for them to be so isolated, it's going to feel like it's a separate thing a lot of the time. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it. So yes, we will be moving into spreadsheet mode. Probably from tomorrow. We'll start ticking it down and start doing design. So we'll probably do one day of like just grinding out materials, and then the next day we'll be designing and getting to that final version for us to record the final version of Dreamlight Valley 2.0, which needs to be happen soon, Dave. What do you put on your spreadsheets? Pretty much every item in the game, and we just try and max it all out. Try and get a whole chest full of that particular item, or at least have enough of every single item. So if there's a particular item that I'm really low on, and like I don't have a stack for it or something, I focus on that. So the idea is not to be blindsided by anything that I should already have. And I think that happened with clay. I don't think I had enough clay. Where he's no, I make it from scratch. I do have an old template that I'll use for one of the updates, but I can put it in Discord if you want. Once I build it. Once I build like an empty one, a clean one, so everyone can use it. It will just be like a Google Sheets one. Go on there and take it. It's pretty much every item in the game, and it's just a way of kind of updating it. And I do it really easy, so like if you want to know what's the max you can have in a chest, it'll be this much, and then to work out how many you've got of a particular item, because some come into 50 dominant denominations and some could come in 99, so it's all different. But yeah, I'll put that on there. Yeah, we'll chuck it on there. We'll make it a bit of a team effort while we work towards it. So give me the weekend to actually build it. I probably won't have it ready tomorrow. I've got work and life, but I'll give it a go. I'll see if I can get it done. But I'll post it in the Discord if it's done. And then we can just grind towards that. Grind towards release day, I guess. Because basically, what we've learned from this expansion pack, and if we're going to go with the idea of they're going to take what they did with here, which it feels like they have, take what they've done here and make it and refine it on the areas that they did right, and change what they got wrong, is they're going to be using items that are in the base game already. I've got a feeling they're going to use some items that are already in Eternity Isle, so if you've only just got Storybook Vale or you don't have Eternity Isle, they'll still use the same kind of ingredient. So it's just a case of getting that stuff. Like a big one that probably will take a while for me to get will probably be the power cell or whatever it's called. What's it called? I think it's on the crafting. Yeah, the electric power, that one. There's like 3 eels, and the eel's like a rare type. So little things like that. So we'll start grinding that out. Oh, hi, love. How are you doing? But yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I think based off that expansion, that trailer, and that showcase alone, I will be doing my 12-hour stream again. Even though I'm in a critical heart failure and I probably shouldn't be doing it, I'm probably going to be doing a whole day event of it. I've had a shitty year, and it'll be cool to just do something for myself and really have a really cool celebration of playing it all day. Just being a big old nerd for a day, even though it's a silly Disney game, but at the end of the day, that's what games are, right? They're a bit silly, they're a bit fun, but at the end of the day, as long as you have fun. Just like any entertainment. I'm a big believer that video games and computer games are just like any entertainment, like TV shows or movies, and they should be treated the same. If you want to spend a whole day, binge watching a TV show, go nuts. If you want a whole day of watching The Lord of the Rings and spending 12 hours doing it, and the same with a video game. It can be any different. So yeah, we will be doing a 12-hour stream on it. When is the 20th? So the 20th will be 3 weeks from now. Okay. All good. Yeah, I'll take breaks and be a little bit more like smart about it, and not put pressure on myself. I think it helps as well. I'm not going to be editing it down because I used to do those edits, which no one ever watched, but it was very cool thing. I'm going to see if I get the day off, 50% chance. Yeah, I mean, my day off will be the day after, so it won't be the 20th. It'll be the 21st. What's the calendar? 21st, so it'll be a Thursday for me. I probably could get a Thursday off. I'll see though. It all comes down to like who's got leave, all that fun stuff. So I wanted my birthday off, so that was the week before, isn't it? Or the week after? Oh no, no, where is it? Yes, damn it. Maybe I just cancel. I could cancel my birthday off. Oh no, I can take 2 days off. I never, like, one of the things that my boss told me the other day, he appreciates that I don't take sick days and I don't take leave off. So when I ever ask for it, I typically get granted because I never actually take any off. So I should just go with it. Damn it, Dave, this is a mess. That's one thing they didn't show, a way of keeping the valley a bit tidier. I think I'll take the day off, or I have isn't Supervisor Day is like Thursday though? So the expansion pack comes out on the Friday, unless you move the Supervisor Day up. Good, how are you? Oh, sorry, love, I didn't see that. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just reacting from the expansion pack and just processing it. Yeah, the showcase. Where's my cooking area? Do you see the live date though? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we watched it. We watched it on stream. It was good. It was very interesting. I love the Pegasus though. Pegasus is my favorite by far. And the dragon's pretty. They undersold those. I'm sorry. Like, if those should have been like some of the things they were highlighting, because those were good credit reveals. You almost supervised it. The joys of being the boss, eh? But yeah, this crit is really good, and I'm surprised they didn't like just say like these are what we're gonna release. You know, you're gonna love this. Those dragons are, oh yeah, so great, so great. And the fact that like you'll be able to like, because the way we do critters at the moment, you can just like have all of them running around. Yeah, it's so good. They are a little bit buggy, but still. Yeah, I'm very excited for the new critters. I think that'll be really cool. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the valley kind of changes, because what I'm probably going to do is make Dreamlight Valley, the whole thing will be like a downtown area. So I'm still going to probably have like a amusement park section and all that stuff. But then I'm going to move all the like Pixar land and 2D Disney off to the floating islands, but I still won't be able to move Frozen and all that, which is a bit annoying. It seems like Jasmine and Aladdin is coming. Yes, I would say, based off their reveals, and I wonder if we can quickly go back to it. Hold on. Just because we're talking about it. Where was it? Where's the map? Where's the map? There's that. There. Come on. It's having trouble. I don't know why it's having so much trouble. Maybe I'll go back to... Because sometimes you have to kind of refresh it.
I'm excited to see what secret.
We'll mute that one does that. There you go. There we go. Alright, so yes, I think we've got Aladdin and Jasmine. And then Alice in Wonderland. And it says new friends, so I'm guessing we're getting the Cheshire Cat. And probably Alice or the Mad Hatter. I would say Alice or Mad Hatter is the other two. But it said friends with an S. And it says step into a land of wonder and meet new friends. I'm suspecting that's a realm. And looking at what they're actually on as well. I don't know, that looks very like Forest of Vale, but Forest, sorry. But yeah, I think it's going to be a realm, and I think this is a realm too. So I think we're going to get at least two realms. One's Aladdin and one's Alice in Wonderland. This one I think is Peter Pan, as much as I hate to admit it. I don't think we're going to get Tinkerbell, but there is a lot of shiny. If you it's only because you clicked it, right? Or you selected it. Yeah, because it's sparkly only when that's kind of highlighted. There's no sparkle, so that's a good sign for not having Tinkerbell. There's no sparkling. But I do think we're going to get Peter Pan in this one, which I think will be a little bit disappointing for a lot of people because it would just be the same way like Jack Skellington was given. It's just randomly thrown in there. But interesting what they do. I mean, that's going to be 6 months away, so we've got a long time. I'm surprised because around summer 2021 is when the expansion pack second part comes out too. So I'm surprised they are waiting so. And if they follow the same model that they did this year, we won't get the next expansion pack after that until December. I know we're talking about really far ahead, but that's a long time to keep people's interest from summer, because that's when the second part and the final part of the expansion comes out until the next one. So it'll be interesting to see what they've got planned to keep people engaged. The live updates, I think, not live, the free updates. The free content updates, I think, is probably going to get them by, and maybe they've got a few surprises for that. Is that, all right, yeah, the second part of just the story has done, but we're going to be still releasing content for Storybook Vale for things like extra. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, again, one thing that does bother me is that it doesn't feel like there were many surprise characters. Like, Oswald was a bit of a surprise character, right? And I can't remember if they showed us in the showcase that it was going to be there, but they kind of hinted at it. There weren't any characters I went, wow, cool, I'm glad that person's coming to the valley. Which is a bit disappointing, because, I mean, they're all just human characters. So we've got Flynn, we've got Merrill, whatever his name. Hades, we already know about, and I'm excited for Hades because he's one of my favorite characters. But Hercules is one of my favorite movies. So disappointed that there's not that many surprises, but I do like how they're introducing the stuff and kind of ripping the band-aid and like getting them out of the way. Like, let's get Aladdin and Jasmine in, get it out of the way. Let's get Peter Pan and possibly get that out of the way. Let's get Flynn in the game, because I mean that's been, and Flynn's model's been in the game since like the beginning. Brave was an interesting one. Also, it's a unique kind of. I didn't think they were going to go down there because Brave is not exactly people's most popular movie in the world. So I can see people having an issue with that. But I'm glad they're getting Maleficent and they're getting Hades. I really do like them getting Maleficent and Hades because they're showing that they're not afraid to bring these kind of characters in. Which a lot of games kind of like, sometimes the big characters, they don't like to bring them in. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be dissecting that like every day until it comes out. I can't wait to see all the videos on it. There's going to be a million videos in about an hour or two about it. I don't know if I'll watch them, but if anyone finds any videos worth watching, post it in the Discord and maybe we'll watch it tomorrow. We'll watch it and kind of live watch some of the theories and stuff. And I swear to God, if anyone makes a whole video about Tinkerbell coming to the game, I'm gonna fume. If it's in the title that Tinkerbell, something about Tinkerbell, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna tell you right there. Only give me non-Tinkerbell related content. What are you doing? Buddy? This is weird. He's bugged out. Maybe if I pour. Alright, he's all bugged out. This is not good. Alright, do you... No, he's still bugged out. Alright, let's find another one. Let's go Remy. Here's Remy. That Oscar guy actually predicted the origami critters. Not sure I knew that. I mean, to be honest, the look of them, it looked very papery, so... I would say it was a good guess. Definitely a good guess. But if you actually look at it now, it makes sense. So, I mean, out of everyone that was making theories about it, there's bound to be one person that got it right? It wasn't exactly, like, the most complicated thing to work out. But yeah, good for them to figure it out. Where's Remy? You're gonna yeah, definitely rewatch it and let me know of anything that I missed. Or I'm pretty sure I got everything. I don't see a lot of mystery. I think obviously we're gonna get people over analyzing it because they kind of want mystery.
Excuse me, but I could use a human's help.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Cool. Let me just get a quest in. Just because it's gonna know me.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to introduce more dailies. That's something. I mean, I do like the quality of life improvements. I actually don't think the floating islands are going to be as great. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of like, I kind of like everything being connected. And I don't know how I feel about floating islands being, like, separate. Like, basically, like, think of them as mini Scrooge's shops. And that you have to, like, go visit them. Or select them and go visit them every time. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I don't think I'm settled. I don't know if I like them. The more I think about it. I mean, I love the big open space. I think that's really cool. And I think they're definitely necessary to play around with, but one of the perks I think of Dreamlight Valley is having a village, you know, building a village out in a valley. And if you have to, like, make your best creations not even part of the valley, it feels a bit disjointed. Obviously, I mean, I could be completely wrong about them being separate and disconnected, but the way they phrased it and the way they were saying they were traveling to it, you can bring your mates to travel to it, it makes me feel like you have to actively participate into traveling with them. Yeah. And like, if you this is gonna be an interesting one. So when you're in Scrooge's shop and someone joins your valley, do they join you in Scrooge's shop or do they join you outside in the valley? No, they would have to join you in Scrooge's shop because no one could be outside the valley. So if you are in one of the floating islands, right, and you brought your party with you, so you brought 2 of them with you, and a third is joining the valley, do they join the floating valley or do they join Dreamlight Valley? Is it still disconnected and separate? Because if it's not, and it turns out they can actually just move in and out, I don't know, the way they phrased it, I'm gonna have to look back on that feature. Once we do this mining run, we'll rewatch that bit. I wanna overanalyze that bit a little bit. Alright, we'll cruise mines. Why am I not tracking it? Bubble. No, I probably could smash this out a little bit more if I just did potion, but I'm trying to save Dreamlight. But how much Dreamlight do I have? I've got quite a lot of Dreamlight. I might use one just for the sake of it. Yeah, I might actually use one next time. How that goes. Okay. Alright, so let's rewatch this. Alright. So let's go back to where I mentioned about visiting floating valleys. Alright, let's listen to it.
What can we expect from the theme this time around?
Well, this winter we'll be embracing the
Run-free.
So you could almost think of these as extensions of the current biome?
We're introducing a feature called floating islands. These act
So
as
if you look at it right now, it definitely looks isolated from itself.
additional spaces parallel to the valley where players can decorate and let their creativity run free.
So you could almost think of these as extensions of the current biomes?
Exactly.
They're not really though. Like, I know they're saying it. They're not really extensions. They're kind of just like their own separate thing. They're like their own Eternity Isle or Storybook Vale. They're kind of like separate. I've been shoveling with my shoveling companion at Frosted Heights as I actually ran low on snowballs and I made yeah, I did as well. I had to get people to donate me or use so many potions to get snowballs.
Biome in the valley will have a floating islands counterpart.
So each biome will have one eventually.
Retaining the same theme and ambience, but it will start as a clean slate. We plan to roll this out over time and we'll kick things off.
Now, see if we go back a little bit.
Each biome in the valley will have a floating islands counterpart, retaining the same theme and ambience, but it will start as a clean slate. We plan to roll this out over time and we'll kick things off with 4 floating islands in the So Delightful update. Like biomes in the valley, they will be purchasable with Dreamlight. And even better, each floating island will have objects limit independent from those in the valley, making them perfect for and even better, each floating
islands will have object limits.
Islands will have objects limit independent
from those in the valley. So yes, it is basically like its own valley kind of thing. Which I don't know whether using the word extension is right for it, because it's not an extension, it's an isolated thing. To say they are purchasable with Dreamlight. So you can purchase it with Dreamlight. So don't worry, it's not going to cost you money, it's just going to cost you Dreamlight. 15,000 though is quite a lot. Again, that was also going into the whole, they need to find new ways to sync more. We'll find more ways of syncing currency or in-game currency into stuff. But yeah, it's just Dreamlight. So don't worry.
And even better, Each floating island will have objects limit independent from those in the valley.
So yeah, the independent so means they're not extensions, they're separate separate islands, as in separate, like think of Dreamlight Valley, floating islands, and then Storybook Vale, all their separate things. So again, I'm happy that they did this, but it doesn't quite scratch the itch I was looking for, that they're independent. It feels like that's just like a, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like what I wanted, but
making them perfect for exploring your creativity and seeing how far you can go with your decorating skills.
We've also seen how driven our community is to connect, so it was equally important to us to ensure that this creativity could be shared. So yes, you will be able to travel to floating islands during valley visits.
See, I don't know how that will work though. Like, does it mean if you're in the floating areas, do people warp into it? Like, how does that work? Like, I do hope they get away with this whole kind of like the host has to go traveling with them. So hopefully this is what they're saying here, is that it doesn't matter. But I don't know. Hey, sir.
How big are these spaces?
From a scale perspective, our intention is for each of these floating islands to feel comparable in size to their valley counterparts, once you've taken out immovable features. Ultimately, the goal is to offer ample space to create without them feeling overwhelming. We will have more to share about the exact size of the floating islands a little closer to launch.
And
well, I mean, you've said the exact size.
Any furniture, decorations, or houses you've collected, as well as villagers you've befriended, will be totally accessible on these islands, and you won't have to worry about tidying up. Instead, the focus will be on empowering you with the creativity-focused options you've come to love.
So basically, nothing will respawn on those islands. So that does definitely feel definitely not extensions of the biomes. So you won't be able to use them for farming or for grinding out, the stuff you normally would get. I mean, I would have liked it if, like, when you build, or if you get the floating island, that there's some kind of pathway to it, so the villagers can move in there and back again about it. See, that's what I'm going to be interested in. It's like, how does it work with the villagers thing? Do you assign them to the floating island, or because it's technically part of Dreamlight Valley, if you have assigned them to Dreamlight Valley, they will appear there? That's kind of what I want to know, because I see them as separate entities from Dreamlight Valley, just based off everything they've said there. Floating islands, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool thing to have a clean slate, a clean palette. But it kind of defeats the purpose of having like a valley if you never visit it. Dave, we have to. Yeah, I know. I'm just speculating because, well, we've got 3 weeks to speculate about stuff. Oh no. This one comes in December, so we've got over a month to speculate about this bit. So it's all part of the fun like experiment, not experimentation, the speculation. That's the word I was looking for. Speculation. Oh. And this the fun thing about this period of the game is like there's so much that we don't know, and that we overanalyze. And I mean, there's a lot of the stuff that we thought about Eternity Isle. I mean, it turned out to be true. There wasn't really a lot of unexpected stuff. Oh, damn it, I was supposed to use the potion, wasn't I? Damn it, Dave. I guess it doesn't move. Oh, I have a table. I don't really have an Aladdin table. Might as well, yeah. Yeah, it might be a transfer back and forth, but if it is, though, this is the problem, because it stops being useful. I mean, you could technically make one big biome or one big floating island for farming, just for farming. So that would help with that aspect of it, and because you'll be able to line them up right, and you're going to zigzag it through. So that will be a reason why to go back. But I think once you build it and once you set it, if it's not part of the valley, or there's not really a lot of reasons to go visit it. And I think that's what I'm a bit worried about. That's the same problem that Eternity Isle has. Is that once you've kind of done everything, there's no reason to visit it. Yeah, I'd do that. To make one for mine, I would do that too. I think that's one of the worries I have. And some people love doing all that creative stuff and kind of revisiting it and doing all that. But sometimes once you set it, once you build it, sometimes you just leave it. And then if you're not seeing it all the time, it kind of takes something away from it. I don't know, this is just me thinking out loud. Like, I would love for it to be connected in that the villagers come in and out. So it's kind of like, you know how I got residences and stuff. That's their own residence, and they can kind of come into the main valley. I don't know. I'd be interested to see how the multiplayer thing works. I'm very surprised the lack of multiplayer changes. Like, I expected them to go, hey, you can now play Scrabble Coin together. Or hey, you can now visit Scrooge's shop without needing to go into it, or something like that. And there wasn't a lot of changes there. I know it sounds like I'm being a little bit more critical. I'm just putting a critical hat on it. Not to say I'm not bashing the update at all. Bashing the announcement. It's just more of like me thinking critically, like what I wanted, my expectations versus what I got. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to get those things. It's just I like putting my hat on and thinking, oh, we could have got that, or that would be interesting. I'm hopefully that they're future-proofing it so people can visit Storybook Vale in the future, like as a multiplayer feature. I think maybe they're not doing it because they're not confident they can get multiplayer stable yet. That would be the only reason I would say they wouldn't do it, is because they're like, all right, right now, people's game is crashing every time they load into someone's valley because of the item limit, yada yada yada. Let's not make the problem worse. Let's fix the current issues before we expand on it. Now, that feels like the angle they're going on here. Which just makes sense. I mean, if people can't even visit the valley without it crashing, then what's the point? So maybe they're doing that before they expand it. And make it more complicated. I would think that would be a huge game changer if they're able to get multiplayer working better. Because I would love to leave like my valley open all the time, and just have people running around like visiting my shop, and actually feel like a downtown area with so many players coming in and out. And maybe you can have a companion follow you as well, and then you're like seeing companions running around with people. That would be cool. I mean companions as in not the pets. I mean companions as in like the actual characters themselves. I wish Bumblestone like appears somewhere else though. Then now my goal, I've got a few, so I'm gonna have 3 goals. I'm gonna write them down. My 3 goals. It will be first items. So it'll be maxing out items. So I've got cool item max. Next one will be the Eternity Isle. The Isle. What do they call them? Dream tasks or duties? Eternity Isle duties, because I need to finish as many of these I can before the expansion. And then the last one is 2.0 Dreamlight. So that's what we're going to be doing until the expansion pack. There's those 3 things every day. So, and then so we'll probably hold off on community days going forward, unless someone wants. On Fridays you can come around to the valley if you ask me. But until then, we're just going to do these 3 things and grind them out. When I have a goal, I tend to be a lot more excited about it. Now let's see if this helps with a Bumblestone. That's a lot of Bumblestone. So what are the goals again? So maxing out all my items, so getting my spreadsheet and doing the little spreadsheet thing, and basically just making sure I've got a stack with everything, but also trying to get as much of the items maxed out as possible. Next one will be the Eternity Isle duties, so that would be finishing all of these that I've still got yet to finish. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm grinding out the Bumblestone, but then kind of focus on the other ones. Some of them are easier than others, but some of them I can like do only a couple of times a day, but I'll knock them off. I think Evergems and Bumblestones. Oh, I've got the cooking one. Yeah, there's a few of them I can do. And then the last one will be Dreamlight 2.0. So I don't know if you remember, but just before I got sick, I haven't released a lot of videos on my YouTube, and I'm gonna start doing that again. Alright, so I don't know if you know this. This is what the video I released just before the last update. Final tour of Dreamlight Valley 1.0. And this is what my valley looked like before. I did a very long one because I didn't cut it up, so I probably will cut this up again. But pretty much I was showing what my valley looked like before the update, which is very interesting to see. So I'm going to do another video that make it a little bit more edited because I've got, got a bit more time now, but yeah, I kind of want to do a video of that and then kind of cataloging my progress. It's interesting seeing it change and how it's changed and evolved. Tangled's still in the same spot. Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, I'll be probably doing a video like that, but not as long. I probably won't make it a 37-minute long video, considering only 50 people watched it. Why though? I don't. Yeah. Oh, cinnamon. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing next time. That's my 2.0. So I'm gonna design everything and get everything nice and tidy for the final version. And then do a little video, and then we'll be good to go. And I'll release that like on the 19th, like the day before the update. So I'll probably start doing that weekend. I'll start recording it. I made those goals as well, 1 and 2. Well, I mean, it's a good way of kind of getting ready, I would say, because I mean, I think once the Storybook Veil is there, this is going to be very irrelevant. Like, even just the Mist, I did notice they didn't introduce a new currency. That was another thing I've just realized. They didn't introduce another currency. So Mist could be still a valuable resource in the future. Whether we could be still using Mist. I think Mist is going to be different variable when it comes to like the vacuum cleaners and stuff. So I would say grind on Mist, grind on Dreamlight, and just I would say tick off as much as you can from this pot here as you can. I've got a feeling you can't do really Splinters of Fate. It's going to be a quite hard one. I mean, I probably could just go around doing it now instead of waiting. Actually, let's go in bird's eye view and just see where are the Splinters of Fates. Where are the spawn? I think maybe I've got it all. If it's, oh no, they're up here. Let's start over there. Are you gonna get the premium pass? Probably. That Pegasus though, it got me. This is the problem. The Pegasus looks too cool. Like, where is it? Where's the Pegasus? This is the problem. The Pegasus. The Pegasus on the right. I shook my hand in his damn you. Look at that. It's actually the baby Pegasus as well. So it's actually the baby version of Pegasus, who's in Hercules, which is one of my favorite movies. So like, I cannot get that. I cannot not get that. I do like the Autumn House Manor as well. That is pretty cool. But the Pegasus, I mean, it's perfect. Look at it. Look at him. So yeah, I have to get it. I will have to get it, and I will have to do a 12-hour stream. It has got me excited again, though. It's definitely that. This is one of those rare cases that you see it, and like they have learned from what they did last time. You look at that and go, all right, they really have nailed it. The critters actually look like decent. The space looks amazing. Yeah, it's really cool. I saw the net. Yeah, I saw the net. So the net as in the new tool. Is that what you're referring to, Ramona? The royal tool. Alright, so I'll get rid of all these things. Yeah, the royal net, yeah. I think that will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it's used outside of Eternity, Storybook Vale, or whether it's like you're able to catch other things out, like in Eternity Isle or maybe Dreamlight Valley. Because in Dreamlight Valley, you can still use the royal glass in Dreamlight Valley to get other stuff. So I mean, I don't know whether they'll do a similar thing with the net as well, which I'm not sure how they do that. But maybe you can catch like butterflies or something like that. Catch butterflies. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's full. Where is it? Where's the green ones? Oh, there. It'd be also interesting to see what they do with that feature. I mean, they didn't introduce a new currency, so I don't know whether that was because they were like, all right, people don't like this, or was it like maybe there's just no need for it, because we're not getting any machines, which is rather interesting. So nothing to make your gameplay easier, or a little bit, I mean, I expected something in that sense to change the gameplay, because the royal machines, or the ancient machines, did change the gameplay. But it doesn't look like anything Storybook Vale did. So it still makes Eternity Isle quite useful as an expansion pack. I am speeding up blatantly. Amount of Bumblestone. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering as well, whether the snippets will show up in other places. Super stoked for it. I am very excited for it as well, the expansion. Because I think they do what I wish video companies still did. They make expansion packs feel like expansion packs, you know? So many game companies just put DLC or something like that. It's only a few extra things, this feels like a new, like, you know, a new thing. Like what expansion packs used to be. I wonder if the snippets will show up. Oh, sorry. So what's the word on the blooming wardrobe? What do you mean? What do you mean, what's the word? I've already got it. I've got the blooming wardrobe. I'm pretty sure it's still a blooming wardrobe. I don't have it. I already have it. I've got it. But then again, I made chests for like everything, so I'm not too fussed about it. Just a nice thing to have, just in case I need it. They're gonna have new fish too. I'm not down to fishing, but I'm gonna have to start doing more. Yeah, I mean, that's what they did with this one as well. They introduced fishing. It'd be interesting to see how they get people to do those activities a little bit more, because like once you got them, there isn't really a lot of a good reason to grind for it. I mean, the problem with the Tourney Isle is no one really liked grinding for them, and there wasn't an easy way to collect them. I mean, you had the Moana's fishing booth for the Dreamlight Valley stuff, but in Tourney Isle you had to do it manually, and it kind of got a bit tedious. So I kind of feel like more of a thing you had to do rather than a thing you wanted to do it. But with Moana's, it's like you have a way of quickly getting that resource. If you can't be bothered doing it, yeah, you can wait. I don't know. I mean, this is the most time I've probably spent in Tourney Vale for a while. Oh, Vale, sorry, Isle. God, I'm gonna fuse the two up forever, aren't I? Getting a Splinters of Fate is gonna be hard because I need 1,000, and there's no way I'm gonna be able to get 1,000 by the expansion pack, but I'll do my best. Because this is all my this is where all my time bending stuff is still gonna be. But I could move it if they're gonna make a the Dreamlight Valley bigger. I might actually move the market a little bit. Dreamlight Vale, storybook. Oh, Eternity Valley. Eternity Vale does. Eternity Valley doesn't sound too bad. But everything you've said there still makes sense. It all still makes sense. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm mixed emotions about it. I'm really excited for it, but a part of me, I would like to say I'm 80% excited, 20% like I hope for a little bit more or a little bit more mystery. It felt like with the Tourney Vale one, there was a little bit of mystery there of what we're going to get, but we kind of know everything we're going to get now. So I really hope there's some unexpected stuff we still don't know about. So I kind of hope this kind of bridge for like the islands, that you could add this kind of bridge to it, so that like if you just as an extension. So if you look at the map, can we look at the map? Oh, you can't look at the map of Dreamlight Valley. Damn it! I thought you could just toggle the maps. Are you going to rotate everything? I don't. I think with the pathing not being able to rotate yet, I don't know if I rotate everything. Depending on what I need to do. There's a lot of options, so we'll see. It just depends on how the islands work, of how I'll use them. Do I want to use another potion? Oh no, I don't. Can't. Because I don't have enough. Oh no, I guess I could pick some. I mean, I could probably do it. Alright, how about I just do it? Stop talking about it, just do it. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So if you see any videos that reveal anything, let me know. Post in the Discord and we'll watch it tomorrow. I'm really interested to see how everyone reacts into it. I think it's just based off how I know the Dreamlight Valley community. Everyone's going to be way, like, 100% positive about it. I don't really see too much. Then, not a lot of people are negative Nancy's like I am, so I don't think we're going to have too much negativity around, which is a good thing. But should wear the new drip. What's the new drip? The punk vest. Ah, maybe we'll try that. Hold on. Where's the punk vest? That one? That's the punk princess one. I don't think the Rockstar have it. Why does it change the shirt? I don't want to change the shirt. What is it? Pirate coat? No. Where is it? Oh, these are coat. What's it? Oh, your jacket. But coats is a jacket, isn't it? I'm building my spreadsheet, starting with things I have less of, with the goal of filling each. Yeah, I mean you can sort it. That's the joys of Excel. You know. Where these are coats. Did you not redeem the new? Oh, God damn it! Randomly, these headphones just turn off. I don't know why. There you go. Oh, that jacket. Oh yeah, you're right. All right. All right, we'll redeem it, and I'll put the jacket on. I did write them down, but I just didn't do it. Thanks for that, though, Jedi. Alright. Let's figure them out. Alright, so... there you go. That is a bit of a rocket jacket, though. Alright, I need a... yeah, thanks for those codes. I'll copy and paste them into the Discord, too. Just so anyone else that missed out got them. There you go. Put the codes in the Discord. We should use the Discord more to... cool. I'm just bad at it. Alright, where is the... cool. Oh, we'll put the next batch on. And now we'll make a potion. Oh, did they reduce? I swear these were like 5,000. Oh. Let's go back to... yeah, and it's going to be really exciting. It's weird because I've followed this game since the beginning, so it's just fascinating to watch it evolve and become a lot bigger than it's intended. I mean, I think it's still missing a few beats for me in terms of what I want it to really be. And that's mainly in how the NPCs kind of react and interact. I want it a little bit more Thimish, if that makes sense, of them making it feeling like a living, breathing kind of village. So I think I'm still missing that beat, but overall it's... in terms of the characters they're introducing and the characters they actually have in the game, I think they're doing well there. I think we're reaching also a point that they're starting to dive into a few less popular characters, you could say, but that's good because it means they're getting into more niche stuff, which I like. I mean, I personally hope they one day put gargoyles in the game, and I think it'll be amazing. So I'm just riffing it now. I kind of do wish they make more expansion packs themed on characters, like a whole expansion pack based off like the character. I don't think they'll ever will do that, but I kind of want it. And I do hope they do the Timon and Pumbaa thing, and they build on the realms that have already been introduced. Because I always thought they were going to do that with Eve. Did you see the Star Wars hate chat for the showcase? No. What's the Star Wars hate chat? Why was there Star Wars in the trailer?
Perfect day for training.
Where was there Star Wars? I didn't see any Star Wars. Was there Star Wars? No, just in the survey. Okay. Well, I think they got the message then. A lot of people don't. I don't want Star Wars in the game. I feel like that will take me out of it a little bit. If you want Star Wars, do its own thing. People are like, no live action. I think a lot of people have that, but I also think people want Jack Sparrow. That's the thing, is like people love no live action or like Jack Sparrow. Okay. I'll have Grogu. Yeah, I think they need, if they were going to go down that route, make it its own game. Make it a spin-off game, and don't make it part of this, because I think they'll do that out of desperation. I think people are going to hate them for it though. I think it's a very risky endeavor for them. Just pin the codes. Yeah, thanks, Jedi. Thanks for that. And thank you so much for all you popping around. It's really cool. Because every time I do these kind of things, I just think no one's going to be here. Yeah, and it's really cool to see people here and just hanging out like we used to do. I'm sorry I don't stream at the normal times anymore, but I mean, part of me wants to, but also part of me knows that if I push myself again like this, I'll burn myself out. I won't be doing a bonus stream this week because it's Halloween week and I watch movies with my girlfriend all week. Normally we do it all month, but this month's been a bit different. Welcome with support. Yeah, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Makes me feel less lonely playing this game. I was watching the showcase and there was literally two bald dudes with beards and maybe think of you. Yeah, I noticed this, like the only men on the stream were also ginger, which is interesting. That, you know, ginger's not a very common hair type, but you had two of them. But one thing I hate about it is it looks very scripted, which is weird because they are the developers of the game. They can just talk to each other like normal. Like, they know about the game. They don't have to, like, write everything out. But I get it helps with nerves and stuff like that. I'm surprised the, community, or Courtney, I think her name is, the one that normally runs it. I'm surprised she wasn't running the show. She probably just want to take it back to Sig this time. I wonder how long it's going to take before Senpai mentions he wasn't featured. He made such a big deal about it last time. I'm super curious about it, just to see. He's probably like, I'm one of the biggest ones. But, I mean, that could be the reason why he's like, yeah, like, it's a way of like keeping him modest. Like, you have realized you're not the biggest one, right? I don't know. I'm just glad they featured as many people as they did. I've only got 3 more to go, and then I'll finally finish the episode. Got quite a lot of it as well. Yeah, done. Alright, so what's the next one? So that's done. The Evergem. Where's Evergems? I'm pretty sure they're on the docks or something, right? Evergem ruins. Alright. Where's the ruin? I think it's there. Docks, yeah, there must be. I see Mr. Star in the Sky has Twitter. Yeah, I saw him streaming earlier. I think he's kind of expanded a little bit. You can tell when they become a little bit more serious when they do that kind of stuff. He said he was never going to go to Twitch when he ended up doing it. I don't mind him. I think he's a little bit over the top in terms of the positivity for me, but I mean, I'm just a cynical bastard though, so. I'm glad they featured Tinker Lily, Mr. Star in the Sky. Watched them both. Yeah, I mean, I have watched them both, and I don't mind them. Yeah, I don't mind them. I think they keep it a lot more grounded and not too. I mean, I think that's the one thing I had trouble with Senpai. He makes it too business-like, like trying to make a point that like this is, you know, he's trying to become a YouTuber, blah blah blah. But Star in the Sky seems like he just generally likes doing it. And I think Lily I haven't seen much of, but I get the same vibe from her too. And that's what you want. You want people that actually like the game instead of trying to like make it something that it may never be. Now, I know that, you know, not a lot of people watch me, but I do this because part of my ADHD routine. I'm not looking to become famous or anything. But then you get the sense some people do though, just the way they kind of react. I was looking at the streamers. I'm like, who are these people? I noticed. I recognized a couple. Not all of them. Some of them. But I'm glad they took like some more obscure ones that probably deserve a bigger audience. How much do you think they make a month? I don't think they make as much as you think they do. Especially for a niche game like Dreamlight Valley, it's quite difficult. I would say the YouTube they make a bit. I don't think it's enough to make ends meet at all. They play like Dreamlight Valley 1% of the time. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing. Yeah. You don't like Senpai. I can handle Senpai in doses. But I don't like the whole kind of like he makes a point that every time he celebrates a milestone, he kind of makes it about himself rather than the reason why his milestone actually happened. If I didn't drop so many F-bombs, I probably will get sponsored. I mean, I don't swear that much, but I don't know. I don't think people would want to sponsor me playing a Disney game. I can't say it's exactly something people would want. I mean, each their own, and I get why people do it, and that is a career people take. I just don't. I think it feels like, based on everything I've learned about streamers and what we've seen with the streamers who've been around, even Mr. Beast and all that, it doesn't ever end well. I mean, there's probably some scenarios that it does end well and you don't hear about them because they ended well, but it just seems like a horrible industry that like sucks your soul a little bit and you have to become something you're not. Like, it's even like the social commentary ones like Asmongold or stuff like that, they're all kind of putting something on. They're putting on a show and they admit there's all a character, it's all a thing. There's another one, he's a British dude. John, not John. Something plays. The British dude who does like commentaries on games. Worst MMO ever. Name. Oh, John Strife Hayes is a very good one. He's very fascinating to listen to. I think he's one of the few ones that I don't think will go down the dark route, but he's got some real insightful things about streaming and making content that like a lot of people should take note of. It's like I will never ever become a full-time streamer. It's never going to be a choice for me, or it's never going to be an option, but also something I probably would never ever take anyway, unless I could do exactly what I'm doing now but just get paid for it. Like, but in order to do that, you have to jump for so many hoops. Like, I have to turn on affiliate, and I have to do all this other shit. So I don't think it's ever something I want to do, and it feels like it's just a miserable life. It would be brilliant in my current health situation, but I don't think I'll be getting paid as much as my current job. And that's just the realities of it. I mean, it's so unreliable, that kind of work as well. Like, you could have one really good month and then have 1 month it just everything goes to crap because the game you're playing isn't that popular, or people aren't coming to watch your stream as much as they used to, and then all of a sudden you can't pay rent. It just feels like a horrible existence to just constantly be on edge. I mean, obviously there's some YouTubers are smart about their money, they've invested it, they've kept it. I think a good example is Philip DeFranco. I think I mentioned that before. He just seems to always have money and not need to worry about his audience so much. Where is it? Got a lot for that. Got a lot of grinding for that. I guess we've got about 20 minutes to go before the end of the stream, and I have to bugger off to the good old work I was talking about. Does anyone need the valley open today? That is the question of the day. I don't have any crystals. Valius crystals? I don't have any for you there, Theresa. I'm using them. Very rare for me to use them. That's okay. No, they've used. Yeah, I know. This is just my. Once I get past this grinding, I probably won't need them for anything. So it depends on what I'm grinding for. Like, yeah. No, I'm okay. Thanks though, Dave. You said yeah, it's all right. I mean, I don't mind, because at the end of the day, this game's a lot more fun if you're not like playing alone. And I think one of the ways for us to not play alone is to just share resources when you need it. So if anyone ever needs anything, just post in the Discord. And if I'm not around, I'm sure someone else might be around to be able to help you. Alright, we're gonna quickly dump these. And that's what I want to do more. Now that I feel like I've gone through a bit of a rough year and coming off the other side, it's gonna get. I'm just gonna keep playing and enjoying this more. Dave, you're Reginus. Yeah, I know, and I hope we continue doing that. I mean, we're not always going to be playing this game, but I also like this chat, or at least this stream, to be a way of all of us just like chilling out a little bit as well. I mean, that's what I kind of used to chat for. This is going to be my social outlet. For everything in the near future. I mean, my girlfriend, as much as I love her, I'll drive her nuts after a while. And I'll probably end up driving her nuts after a while if she was the only person I could vent to or talk to. See that Duncan, yeah. I'm not a fan of Duncan. I haven't played it. I'm saying not a fan. I don't think it's appealed to me yet. They are different sizes, right? Yeah. We'll get rid of the candy. The candy event was kind of disappointing. They only had introduced like one thing.
Sleds around.
God, it feels like a bit of a my adrenaline's going out since all those reveals. I'm like, kind of feels after a huge build up, and it's like, now it's just the downturn of it. I don't know what they call it, but there's a word for it. Let me flip over to Dinkum. Yeah, I had to remind myself what Dinkum was. Yeah, it feels a bit too cutesy for me. I say that playing a freaking Disney game, but whatever. Alright, so we've got about 41 to go. Gonna be a bit of a grind, probably for a couple of days. So we'll do Eternity Isle duties, not every day. Probably do it today, and then tomorrow we'll do probably stock. Start doing the stock. Where's Remy? I'll get my spreadsheet out. It's an awesome multiplayer game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough friends to be able to play those games. And because in order to play with you guys, my time zones will be all over the place. We could play that on one of the Tuesdays that I play late. We'll do that. That'll be interesting. How about next Tuesday, Yasmin? I'll play Dinkum. How about that? It's more of a kids game. Yeah, it seems that way. Alright, well, what other ones could I feed the snakes? Oh, I've only got 15 minutes. Alright, so what can I do here? Paprika's nearly done. Cumin's kind of done. I think cobras. I could feed the cobras. I need. What do I need? I need egg. I can stack an egg. There's a lot to do in Dinkum. I feel like that's going to be a game that. See, this is the problem with these games, is that it's a lot of a time sinker, and I don't really have a lot of that time. I mean, that's the problem with Palia, right? It's like, it was a lot of time. And now it feels daunting to go back into it. I've stayed away from I haven't even booted up the game yet since I came back from Brexit. Now I realize it's like nearly over 6 months ago. I wouldn't say go back from this. I'm still sick. Gameplay Criticove. Yeah, Criticove is something that's gonna be a game I'm gonna go back to once in a while. I played it a bit, but I reached the cap of how much I could do, so I'm pretty much just waiting for more content. Oh, and on the side note, just while I have you all here, if anything bad happens health-wise, I do have a way for you guys to be told. So keep an eye on my Discord if anything bad happens to me health-wise. I say that now because it's going to be very unexpected if it happens. It's going to be very out of the blue, but I'm not going to leave you guys hanging like last time, where I kind of just been silent for a month or two. So, little heads up on that. I'll let you know if anything bad happens to me. Snake.
Oh, doesn't it?
And I hope it doesn't, but I'm just saying that I thought about it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was a very troubling situation. I mean, I just went to hospital thinking, just shortness of breath, thinking everything's going to be fine, and the next minute I've got a heart transplant being flown up the country. I've been told I need a heart transplant and then flown up the country. And then my phone, the reason why I didn't message before is because my phone couldn't connect to Discord, and I got locked out of my computer from Discord. There's too many failed attempts. Okay, no. Gotta be clever. I know all will be well, Dave. I can tell you have so much stamina. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like I've got more energy. It's just, it weighs on my brain a little bit, like knowing that what happened last time, I thought everything was fine. And then to go from everything is fine to, oh my god, you're probably gonna die. It makes you a bit more wary. It kind of changes your perspective a little bit and get a little bit more aware of living things. Like, I don't want the last thing that people know of me to be a certain thing, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. It's just, it weighs on your brain a little. But who knows? I mean, I think what stresses me out the most is the fact that I'm gonna need 2 in my life, 2 heart transplants. So I'll get the first one, and normally around now, and I mean, the timeline does change because medical advancement and all that stuff. It's normally around about 15 to 20 years, as long as that's how long a heart lasts for. And I'm only 37, so I mean, I'll probably need another one when I'm in my late 50s. At best, I would say, because that's probably the longest it lasts for. The problem is if it lasts for too long, so let's say the heart lasts for 30 years. It's a good thing I don't need to go for another transplant, but the cutoff age is 65, so I don't qualify for another heart if I'm past 65. So it's kind of like you want to need it before 65. Again, rules could change, and I mean, I'm talking about like, how long from here? I'm talking about nearly 30 years away, and the rules for that could have drastically changed. Where we know we could have like we could have medical, like robot hearts that do the job in 30 years. I mean, 30 years ago, the device that I'm plugged into right now didn't even exist. So, I mean, a lot of things can change in 30 years. Sorry, I always talk about it. I'm sorry. It's just, it's always on my mind. I don't really get to vent it out a lot. I mean, obviously I get to talk to my girlfriend about it, but she's been there for the whole thing. She knows all about it. So I'm just repeating things that she already knows. I mean, it took ages to convince my niece that I was still alive. That was fun, because every time I'd show up to the house, she was like, "I thought you were dead, Uncle Dave." I'm like, "No, I'm not dead." It took a while to convince her, but eventually she was convinced. But okay, yeah, I know I've come far, and I'm proud of myself and all the cliche stuff. It's just. It's not. I think it's just because I know it's not over. This is part 1, and part 2 is getting a new heart and not leaving the house for like a year, and my immune system being so destroyed that if I get COVID, that it's gonna do really nasty things to me. So I think that's the one thing I'm worried about. If I get COVID again, it's terrible. Yeah, I'll get that paranoia that I'll be afraid to leave the house. What do they call it? I can't remember. Not insomnia. What is it? And you work home after. I work home now, so yeah. Not immediately after the surgery. There's a lot of rehab that goes into it. Like before, when I was, I don't know if I ever showed the picture of when I was in a coma, but basically it took me about a week again to walk. So, I was in ICU for about a week, and it took about a week for me to gain full motion again. So it'll be the same scenario of like, I won't be able to walk for a while, and the anti-rejections drugs and everything will take a little bit to kind of kick in. So it'll take a while. Luckily in New Zealand it's all paid for, so I will have enough sick leave and enough leave in general to cover the months that I need, and also I'm saving up at the moment, so all my money is kind of going to the savings at the moment, just to say, I think I've got about 6 weeks of rent paid built up, but I'm just going to build up as much as I can to pay for the rent. Everything else, all the medical stuff is paid for. All the accommodation up there, the surgery, everything, all that's free. It's the joys of living in this kind of system. So I'm not too worried about that side of it. It's probably just rent that I'm worried for. I mean, when I came back from my surgery last time, first thing my landlord told me was that he's raising the rent. And that is after he learned about my whole situation. So that kind of sucked. And coming home and then all of a sudden like, oh yeah, by the way, we're raising your rent. Oh, thanks bro. Really appreciate that. Apparently he wanted to raise it for a while, but because I was in hospital, he didn't do it. So he waited until I was out of hospital to do it. I was still like off work for about a week before I actually went back. But that, it also shows you, like, even in a perfect system like ours, not perfect system, even in a system like ours, that, you know, people can still struggle. Oh, the paprika's in. Alright. Shit, what am I doing? But hey, it's gonna be a while away. I'll let you know when I'm actually on the transplant list. At the moment, they're just waiting. Because technically in New Zealand, and this is going into the reason why the New Zealand system's not perfect. Technically, if there's any improvement in my heart, they can't put me on the transplant list yet. So they have to keep trying. They've made it very clear that the chances of it recovering is very, very unlikely. But because of the rules, they kind of have to keep going until until either I psychologically can't take it, or there's proof that it's not improving at all. And to be honest, if there is even like a 1% chance of saving my original heart, I'm gonna do it. So I'm okay with this taking a bit longer. It's just frustrating when I can't sleep sometimes. That's why you see me so tired all the time. It's really hard to just... I'm so exhausted afterward. A lot of copper. Copper chopper. Alright, so this will be the last run of this. Well, we leave it for the day. Oh, I forgot. The preset. When's the shop preset? Hold on. My husband is gonna need dialysis soon. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He only has 25% left of his kidney function. Once he gets 20%, they're gonna put him dialysis. Oh, is he getting a transplant? Because typically you get a transplant by that point. Oh yeah, that does reset. Have I done the dream snaps? No, I haven't. I need to do that. I'm gonna do a photo of that. Probably offline. I don't think it's gonna pop for me. Oh yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Ramon. I do want to do a bit of a fundraiser thing for New Zealand Organ Donation Foundation. Feels like I should do it. Not sure about you. Yeah, you probably should. I mean, if he's young enough, you probably should get it. It depends on so many factors, though. I mean, sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, we're not going to give that because, well, it's not going to make any difference. Like my brother-in-law, who sadly died last October, he had kidney cancer, and so they're like, no, there's no point giving you a new organ because ultimately the cancer is just going to kill everything else. It's infected. Cancer's a bitch, man. Get some jade. Interesting, the gems. We didn't see any new gems. Like, what kind of new things that... Because, yeah, we didn't see any new gems or anything like that. So it'll be interesting whether they reuse the ones they've already introduced. I remember when he passed, it was so sad. I felt bad for his girls and glad, yeah. I mean, the girls really want me to release the videos because we have recorded some more YouTube videos with them. I just haven't got around to editing them, so I really need to edit them and release them on YouTube. So if you do see them pop up, just know the girls watch them as well. So just leave a really nice comment from them. Oh crap, there's a node here. There was a node here the whole time. How did I miss that? Damn, Dave. But yeah, I'm gonna release some videos with them, and I need to edit them. I just haven't got around to it, and I really should. Well, I do love them, and it'd be good to a little kind of like time capsule for them. Cool. All right, we'll leave it there, everybody. So thanks for popping along. It was a really good stream and a really good, enjoyable watch of the showcase. So we're going to be talking about it over the next 3 weeks. I'll be back on tomorrow. Probably tomorrow I'm going to be doing, what should we do? Or do preparation for the expansion pack. So we're just going to grind out items, we'll get the spreadsheet out, and we'll really do it. Thanks, Dave. Really. Oh, thanks, Ramona. If one person enjoyed it, that means all this was worth it. That's my perspective, anyway. So I'll be back on this time tomorrow, as I try to be every weekday, and the week after that. But yep, join us on Discord if you just like to hang around, just want to be part of the conversation. We don't talk much there, but when we do, have good chats. So, all right, everybody. Until next time.